Hey, Frank Paris here. A couple of years ago, I came out with a trick called On the Level, and I sold them out immediately. I mean, they went for, I had them on Monday, and by the end of the week, by Friday, they were gone. I had almost 200 of them. And I know I had put a bunch of them away for myself just to keep as backup. And I just recently got back from Hawaii, and I took one of them with me, which and there's a reason behind that, and it was because you couldn't bring on the plane. I mean, you could put it in the hole, but you couldn't bring a color changing knife on the plane. Let me just adjust this a little bit here. Hold on a second. Okay, and so I decided to a couple of years ago come out with an item when you travel, and I travel extensively when I go on vacation with my wife, and also when I do lectures and stuff in different countries and stuff like that. And that's what I've been doing lately. I just did one in Hawaii. I'm doing another one in Iceland in September, the middle of September, for an IBM. So, but the color changing knife, as beautiful as it is and as nice as it is, if you put it in a hole and you put it in a piece of suitcase, obviously it's not gonna cause a problem. But on a plane, they don't want you to carry it. So I wanted to come out with something, and I didn't want to come out with one of these little crystal things where you had count 1, 2, 3, 4, and on the other side they all, as a finale, they all become the same color or that kind of thing, because you force the color, and you've got the crystals on both sides when you're doing a paddle move, and you got the crystals on one side, or they change and they become one on one side and one on the other side, whatever routine that you're using. So what I came out with is something called On the Level. Now, On the Level has to do with a brass level. Okay, that's solid brass, by the way. And my supplier passed away, and I could not get any more. I bought 200 of them, and I decided that, after I sold what I sold, I was going to keep a few for myself. But I just found another stash of 15 of these, actually 19 of them, but I'm going to keep 4 for myself, just in case, because I wind up at my age losing stuff, leaving it on a bar table or that kind of thing. But this is a brass level, and I called the trick a couple of years ago On the Level. And like I said, I had them, and I sold maybe 180, 190. I thought I'd sold all 200, but I didn't, and I just found a stash of them. And I've only got 2 that I had, and one was a backup, and I gave one to a friend of mine in Michigan, a fellow named Dave Devon. So then when I found this stash, I said, you know what, I'm going to keep 4. So I've got about, I would say, a good 15 to sell. And let me just show you the trick, okay? Because the trick is really a cool trick. My routine is basically I go, and you can take this on a plane, by the way, and you can do it on an elevator. We were at the 35th floor of the Hawaiian Hilton villages in Hawaii recently for about 12 days. And I'm on the 35th floor and overlooking Diamond Head, and I could do this trick with, by the time I got down to the first floor, if there were no stops, and even if there were stops, I could do this trick. And it gave you got the same reaction with this as you did with a color changing knife. And these are beautifully brass levels, and it's got a bubble in the middle. And I usually say, look, I went to the hardware store to buy a bubble, a level, okay? And you know what a level is. You put it on the floor, you put it on the table, and you can see if something is level, the bubble is in the middle, if it's level, and if it's not in the middle, it's not on the level. So when I get home, I go to clean it, okay? And I cleaned it on a Tuesday, and I shouldn't have done that because I lost the bubble. So I went back to the hardware store guy, and I says, hey, where's my bubble? I lost my bubble. He says, you didn't clean it on a Tuesday. I says, yeah, I did. He says, well, you're not supposed to clean it on a Tuesday. If you clean it on a Tuesday, you're going to lose the bubble. He says, clean it on a Wednesday, and you should be okay. All right? And he's right. I mean, I cleaned it on a Wednesday, and my bubble came back, okay? And he says, don't ever clean it on a Thursday, because if you clean it on a Thursday, what's going to happen is, wait a minute, it's going to disappear again, but you're not going to be able to get it back, because if you clean it on a Wednesday, okay, and you rub it and you clean it, you're going to wind up with two bubbles. And I don't know if you want to wind up with two bubbles. Okay, so I said, well, wait a minute. He says, I'm a little confused. He says, don't clean it on a Tuesday, because if you clean it on a Tuesday, what's going to happen is you're going to lose your bubble. And don't clean it on a Thursday, because it'll come back, okay, and you'll have two bubbles. Clean it on a Wednesday, okay, and you'll just have the one bubble, and that's all you really need if you're going to use a level. If you're going to use a level, don't clean it on a Thursday, because Thursday, look what's going to happen. He says, just clean it on a Wednesday, front and back, and you'll just have it on one side, okay, just like that. Again, don't clean it on a Tuesday, because if you clean it on a Tuesday, okay, it's going to disappear and you're not going to have the bubble anymore. It's a little confusing, but that's the routine that I did with the level. And it's the paddle move, and it's a basic paddle move, which anybody can do on, I guess, on YouTube. And you can see the paddle move, magician's paddle move. So you get this beautiful brass level for $50 with the shipping. And again, I've only got 15 of them. And these are safe to take on a plane. Nobody's going to bother you with this stupid thing. And it's brass, so you know it's not something that you're gonna wind up throwing in the garbage in a couple of years. And you clean it with tarnish remover, you know, that kind of thing, or with Noxon, which is a brass cleaner, and it'll come back to new, because sometimes it gets a little dark and tarnished. But you should get a couple of months out of it before you have to do anything to it. So this is the guy. It's a brass level, and you cannot get these anymore. You will not find these anywhere anymore. And so I've got, like I said, I've got 15. I can part with 15 of them. All right, and that's all I got. So after they're gone, they're gone. So $50, shipping included. Frank Paris, over and out. Give me a call if you want one, or PM me when I put these up on Marketplace and on the Facebook groups. Take care. Bye.